We are once more looking at the railroad shanty towns. And today we're going to see the shanty town at section number 33. That was Michael Malone's section. And the 33rd mile out from Pittsburgh. This is where it begins. This is a mile marker. This is a 322nd mile out from Philadelphia. This separates the 32nd and 33rd sections. And this was right in the middle of a tunnel when the railroad was first built. The section we're looking at starts here and goes east from that point. This is where we were just looking at, down on the railroad, and it takes us for 1 mile of track distance out this way. The shanty town was right around in here by St. Clair Park. And this shanty town was the home of about 58 Irish immigrants. And it was probably a bit bigger than this. And they were not substantial places. And when winter came, they had to build them stronger and with better walls so that they kept them warm. Before the first year was out, one of these guys perished. He was David Barry. Especially digging tunnels is dangerous work. This is what they were working on. This was the tunnel back here. And the big project was making this fill. This level had to be brought up, and they had to scrape the adjacent land and collect dirt and rock to build this track up to level. This one had 2 tunnels. One tunnel we still notice as carrying Arch Avenue. The other tunnel we very rarely see. It carried Jack's Run. It was down here. Carried the stream that still goes through there. And that tunnel was not originally built correctly, and it fell in the summer, in June of 1852, while the railroad was still in progress. And so a dam built up there. And in the very next month, July of 1852, there was a heavy rain, and a couple of the guys who were working on the railroad building it decided to go swimming, and they couldn't swim, and they perished in the water. It was deeper than they thought. This is the tunnel that takes Jack's Run. Nowadays, it was fixed up, it was repaired. I did that shot in the 1970s. This is the other one. The one that you've probably seen, and this shows what they were making. They had to build that fill up from way down here the whole way up to here with none of the land moving equipment that we have today. They were scraping soil with these scrapers and collecting it in wagons, and then took it up here and dumped it on the fill that they were making. This gives you an impression how much dirt had to be scraped to make the fill. This is the fill. This is the tunnel back here. The Jack family sued the railroad because they destroyed all this land. And they had a surveyor survey the land that was made useless. And this gives an impression of what just one family endured as loss. This was Adam Stark's land here. This was 6 acres. He claims that they scraped that the whole way down to the bedrock. This shows the track distance over the fill that they were building back to where the tunnel used to be. No tunnel there anymore. This is the tunnel as they were building it. Hard work. And they used blasting powder to go through the rock. On top of that tunnel was Michael Malone's shops. He brought a lot of equipment with him so that he could have the tools he needed to take care of things. He had a steam engine in there that would run a saw, and also provided motive power for a drill and a grinder to take care of his tools. And I do believe that's about enough. This is what we're looking at, section 33. Next time we'll take a look at one of the other sections. Bye for now. So long.